One counter spell is all it takes. Hello, my friends, it's Johnaroth, and today I am playing a new Edge of Eternity's Commander. Today I am playing Memanon, the Right Hand. Memanon is a 3/4 flying jellyfish for 3 colorless and 2 blue. And you may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you can cast artifacts from the top of your library. Artifacts you control have tap to add blue mana. Spend this only to cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, say like the top of your library. So Memanon is really good tied to artifacts. He likes having artifacts. He wants to deal with artifacts. So we have built a artifact control build here. There are a lot of counter spells in this deck. I will warn you about that in advance. Wash Away, Strict Serenade, the Ever Broken Mana Drain. Disruption Protocol is actually pretty good with this type of deck because it gets cheaper with artifacts, counter spell, etc. And then we have a lot of artifacts. There's kind of several big components to our artifacts. We have a lot of ramp artifacts like Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart, Sapphire Medallion makes our spells cheaper, Worn Power Stone, and Might Stone and Weak Stone all give us more mana. The other types of artifacts we have are kind of either our creatures or powerful type effects. So Solemn Simulacrum gives us some ramp. The One Ring gives us a ton of card draw. Portal to Phyrexia can resurrect things and destroy things on the battlefield. Chameel gets us where our spells can't be countered and cast stuff every single turn. Ugin, Eye of the Storm, is just such a broken, powerful planeswalker in an artifact type build. And then probably my favorite artifact creature of all time for an artifact deck is Metalwork Colossus, which is a 10/10 for 11, but he gets cheaper for how many artifacts you have on the battlefield. So if you have 7, 8, 9 artifacts, then he becomes the casting cost of like 2 for a 10/10. And you can also return him from the graveyard to your battlefield or to your hand if you want to sacrifice some artifacts. So this is really heavily focused on control and just casting as many artifacts as we can to get some value onto the battlefield. So let us take Memanon, the Right Hand, onto the battlefield and see if some alien technology can win us some games of Magic. Let's go. Okay, our very first game is against Johnaroth, so artifact deck versus artifact deck, basically. This hand is a little mess, so I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, this hand is a little bit better. We have the Ancient Tombs, we can get some early ramp. We have a counter spell. This is pretty decent. Ancient Tomb, what a busted card. Hello. Let's put down the Cold Steel Heart. We're gonna say blue. Put down the island. Just gonna pass. Let's take some damage and put down the Winter Moon. Our opponent may actually care about that. Okay, our opponent is going to pass the turn. Let's go ahead and get out Tezzeret if we can. Going to Spell Pierce that. We're going to pay the cost. I don't think he realized. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. I don't know.
Soon, this system wisdom will be mine.
Let's untap our Cold Steel Heart. Keep it up for a wash away.
Obey me.
Gonna Lightning Bolt Tezzeret.
You cannot kill me.
We're gonna wash away Joyra. And we have a good game already. Yeah, the having Tezzeret, having a Planeswalker on the battlefield, unless he has a wash away, we'll be able to cast our commander. And being able to untap that artifact to get the wash away to stop Joy was just crucial. So really, really good first game. Our second game is against Old Stick Fingers. We do get to go first. This hand is okay. I wish we had one more land, but we'll keep this and try it. Old Stick Fingers basically is a graveyard type of commander. It's a 0/0, but when you... I'm going to put down a land and pass the turn. When you cast a spell, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your graveyard, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. His power and toughness becomes the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So I'm going to cast the file. We'll pass the turn. Keeping up the Strict Serenade for our opponent here. I'm going to go ahead and counter Old Stick Fingers with Strict Serenade. Put a Cultivator Colossus in the graveyard. Of course he did. Let's get down Brawl here. And then let's get a Ichor Wellspring to draw another card. Hopefully a land. Nope. But we did get a Thought Monitor. Let's Memory Lapse the Assemble from Parts. He's basically trying to get the Cultivator Colossus onto the battlefield. Let's put... this is tough. Let's drop the Chameel. Okay. Let's get out the Thought Monitor so we can draw some more cards here. Put down a land. I'm going to go ahead and counter his Assemble from Parts using the Thought Monitor. We'll draw another card with Brawl. And drop the Cloud Key. He's going to swing in with his token. Let's put down the Mightstone and Weakstone here. So we can draw some more cards. Draw 2 cards. Ooh, Simulacrum Synthesizer. Great card. I'm assuming he has another sort of reanimation spell for the Cultivator Colossus. It's going to swing in and hit us for 2. Let's go ahead and get out the synthesizer. Scry. Clever impersonator. Probably not what we need right now. Don't really need lands right now. Let's get out the reality chip as well. Okay. I think we're gonna just hold off. Opponent's gonna seek a card. Opponent's going to look for a card to put into their hand and then shuffle. Probably looking for reanimate would be my guess, maybe. This is a game of patience against our opponent. Our opponent keeps hitting us with the bird, but if we let our guard down long enough for our opponent to cast some sort of reanimation spell, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get out Narset.
With thoughtfulness before action.
Think I'll take the Tezzeret's Gambit here. Then we'll just cast Tezzeret's Gambit for the 2 colorless mana. Undo. I don't know why it was doing that. Oh, non-artifact spells. Oops. Yeah, that's on me. Okay, we'll pass the turn. I'm not letting my guard down with opponent at all. If we can get the 1 ring onto the battlefield, then that will also get us a token from the synthesizer. Opponent is going for an all-out attack on Narset. Perfectly fine. We're just gonna let our opponent kill Narset, that's fine.
I was not prepared for this.
Opponent's going to cast a Wishclaw Talisman. Okay. Let's get out the 1 ring here. And we're going to pass, keeping up multiple counter spells. My goal right now is just to counter anything that he tries to get back the Cultivator, and then cast creatures or artifact spells that are 4 greater, getting out more and more creatures with the Synthesizer. Opponent is going to do a Toxic Deluge for 6. Oh, because we'll lose the token because of the reality chip going away. Do we want to let him do that? I think we will. We'll let him. Opponent is going to put a +1/+1. Let's cast Mana Drain on this. We're going to get a ton of mana from cast countering that. Now let's use the One Ring to draw another card. We can basically get out a huge army at this point. First, let's get out the Solemn Simulacrum, which is also going to allow us to make another token. Get Rhystic Study onto the battlefield as well. Let's use the One Ring again. We did draw some more counter spells here. Pass the turn. We're going to have to stop using the One Ring pretty soon, though. Let's see if our opponent pays the 1. We're going to counter that Mindslaver. I don't want him taking another turn. See if our opponent pays the 1. We will draw a card. Then we're going to counter Persist so he cannot get off the Cultivator and win the game. Yeah, with a blue deck like this, because we don't have a lot of removal, we do have to control the battlefield through counter spells and those types of things while keeping up effects, enchantments, artifacts to get us value to eventually win the game. So that was a really good game. I'm sorry to my opponent for so many counter spells. I know that can be really annoying, but that's kind of how this deck is built. Good game. Next game we go first, and we are playing against Kate, Famed Mechanist. This hand does have some good ramp to it. I'm going to go ahead and try it. Let's keep it. I'm going to put down the Mishra's Bauble. Kate is 4 mana for a Dwarf Artificer 3/3, and all other non-token creatures you have, you can put +1/+1s on them. Basically, it's like a creature ramp or a token +1 counter type build. We're going to let our opponent draw another card so we can get down the Mind Stone. Let's use the Mishra's Bauble to see what our opponent's getting next. Going to get another land. We draw an incredibly expensive card that we can't cast. This is not looking good for us. I'm hoping we draw a land so to get the Solemn Simulacrum on the battlefield, but we'll see. Did draw the land, so that's good. Let's get out the Solemn Simulacrum so we can get another land onto the battlefield. I'm hoping our opponent will cast their commander here, but we'll see. Does cast the commander, fabricate 1. Creates a token. Let's use the Mind Stone here. He will get to draw another card. The Esper Sentinel really does give a lot of value. Let's kill off the commander. Opponent's going to look at our hand to see what to make more expensive. Personally, I would pick the Simulacrum Synthesizer, but that's me. Oh, okay. Picks the Leveler. Voice of Victory, that's pretty good against us. That kind of negates our counter spells. Because we can't cast spells on our opponent's turn. Let's get out the Vidalcan Archmage, and then let's get out the Simulacrum Synthesizer. This time I actually will pay the 1. And we'll get to draw another card. We'll get to scry 2. These are not really what we need right now, so I'll send them both to the bottom. We'll hold off on attacking. Now he will get to swing in with the Invasion of Gobakon here. Probably multiple creatures. Our best bet is maybe kill off one of them. What I really would like right now would be a Cyclonic Rift, River's Rebuke, the Season of Weaver card, any of those types of cards. Wonder if our opponent's going to cast his commander again. I really recommend for your decks looking into putting Ancient Tomb into your decks. Regardless of what type of deck it is, because it's a very broken land. You get 2 mana for 1 land. It does deal 2 damage to you, but it's definitely worth it, especially in the early part of the game. It recently came to Arena as part of the Edge of Eternity's bonus sheet. Okay, let's see what our opponent does here. Our opponent's going to use a Season of Weaving on us. Okay. Interesting choice. Now he has 2 Esper Sentinels. Okay. That is interesting. We have 6 mana, potentially 7 with the Chrome Mox. I'm going to go ahead and let him draw. That's perfectly fine. He is going to get to draw 2 cards. I'm not going to pay. So, but at least that's the last of it for this turn. We'll put the Archmage's Charm under there. Let's get out the Synthesizer. And then I think we'll put both of these to the bottom. Let's get out the Solemn Simulacrum. We'll get a large token. We can get a land. Opponent has a lot of cards. It's crazy how many cards he has right now, but that's okay. The terrible thing is unless I want to pay the 1 for all of these, he's basically going to get to draw like 3 cards every turn. Okay, gets out of Waystone's Guidance, gets out the Voice of Victory. Gets out the Ornithopter. Okay. Urza. Now that's an interesting card. Let's get out Urza. Let's also get out the Might Weak Stone here. I'm going to tap the Synthesizer. He's going to get to draw some more cards. Unless I want to pay the 1. I think I will actually pay the 1. I'm going to decline on the second one though. Let's draw 2 cards. Get another token onto the battlefield. We did draw an Ancient Tomb, which is amazing. I'm going to cast Tezzeret here. Let's tap the Solemn Simulacrum and the Might Stone Weak Stone. Let's draw some cards. I'll drop off the Mind Stone. Let's swing in with our token here. Opponent's down to 6. Ancient Tomb has taken some damage on him. Okay, our opponent's going to go down to 4. Okay, this is one of those alchemy cards where basically he can create more copies of that same creature. Opponent's thinking deeply. I just noticed, I don't know if I know how to pronounce our opponent. Obtusius? Okay, gets out Alseed. Flowering on the White Tree. Pump up his guys, sure. Going for an all-out attack here. Okay, that's a problem. Are we dead? We are unfortunately dead. At 4 life, we had him on the next turn. I think we would have drawn and probably won the game, but unfortunately our opponent managed to use an alchemy card to replicate some creatures. So I'm gonna say no blocks. Good game. It is our turn against Agnes, the Dragon's Lash. We get to go first. Winter Moon might be really good against this commander, even though it can generate treasures. I'm going to keep this. Another new card from the set is the Gemstone Caverns, where basically you can add 1 mana of any color on it. If you have a luck token on it, you have to exile a card from your hand to get that. Okay, our opponent's going to make us sacrifice our artifact. However, I am going to put down a Winter Moon, which should slow him down a little bit. Let's put down the Cavern of Souls and let's say Jellyfish. Jellyfish. Interesting choice, right? I'm not putting down anything right now because I won't have any ability to counter anything if I do. He's gonna cast Lelia, and we're gonna say no. And that's basically enough to win the game. One counter spell is all it takes. Good game. Thank you, my friends, so much for watching another one of my videos. This one featuring Memnon, the Right Hand. Building a blue artifact deck is usually a lot of fun to play. I will say Memnon is kind of expensive for what you get for him. Being a 3/4 flyer, I mean, it's not bad stats, but it's really not that strong. Being able to get artifacts off the top of your deck is a good effect. But again, with that cost of 5, it's a little hard to justify utilizing sometimes. And a lot of times I found myself not even casting my commander, usually just focusing on getting out my artifacts and using the power of the artifacts and the counter spells and those types of things to win the game. I would put Memnon at about a C level power tier. As I said, it's really hard to get him out a lot of the times, but having a build where you have lots of control and being able to cast a lot of artifacts and planeswalkers and those types of things is a lot of fun to play. And I did enjoy the variety of opponents I was paired against, so it might still be worth crafting. The deck list is in the description below. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to leave a comment down below talking about Memnon or your favorite artifact or a commander you want me to look into, or why pizza should be eaten only on Fridays. I don't really care as long as I get to talk to you, part of the Magic community. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a great day.